Hello and welcome to the Lore Boys. Just wanted to let you know that this is a bit of a special case. The internet, we had an episode ready for you. The internet deleted it and did not back it up to our drive like it normally does. So we are going to instead give you some free bonus content released on the Wednesday. This is a taste of what normally comes out on Thursday for any Patreon tier starting at $3 a month. So this is a taste of what the Patreon's like. If you'd like to see the Patreon, it is linked below, and you get a whole lot more just like this. And to the Patreon people, I guess, you got to share this week.
Sorry, kids.
Cool. Okay, so this is a bonus podcast in the final hour of the final
of the final day.
Yeah.
I mean, like I was saying off air, we've been doing this for 7 years now. Seven years and 2 months. When is the last time we lost an entire episode? It's been 5 years or more, so we've been pretty good.
Yeah, it's happened every once in a while, but not in a very, very long while. And
no.
I learned my lesson that don't trust the bot to back it up to the Google Drive. Just download it right away. Just have it on your PC. Have a backup for the backup.
We can clear out a lot of the Google Drive stuff now because it keeps telling me that it's almost full. So we can go back and actually delete stuff people have already heard. But
yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it turns out the robot won't tell you when it's going to delete your work. That's great.
I cut off like 7-8 inches of hair this week. I had a lot of hair. It went down to my shoulders. Now it goes up to my neck. And it got me thinking. I also bought a new shower curtain this week. So what would you think about having a human hair shower curtain?
Horrible. Awful idea.
You have to part it to get in.
Ew.
You have to shampoo.
I mean, if you get in through the bangs, right? With the A-shaped bangs in it. No, hideous. That'd be horrible. Dude, you'd have to shampoo it while you.
Yeah, it'll get all wet.
It would be wet constantly. You'd be brushing past it, so it would get like greasy after. Like
it would get tangled.
Yeah.
You'd have to brush it. Oh, I'm getting dreads in my shower curtain. I better.
Ew. Dreads would be like bead curtains because it would be in the same kind of dirty ass apartment, right?
Yeah. We think that that Ethan's somewhere on vacation right now. All we know is he couldn't record.
That's true. Yeah. He was away. He's on vacation from work, but we don't actually know why he's not here. He's choking himself with his hair curtain and masturbating in a closet.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, he's frustrated because his his curtain's starting to get male pattern baldness and his floor is all wet.
You've got like hair plugs in your shower curtain where it's like those little bundles of baby hair that are just like sticking out of the rod. I hate that. I hate the idea of that. It's so gross.
It is gross. I was asking around at the dog park and a couple people found it really fun and interesting and everybody else found it gross. But yeah.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good litmus test onto who is sick. Is when you ask them, it's like, hey, what about a human? Like next, you can talk about just go through the whole gambit of the Chainsaw Massacre. Like now, you can do like tooth wind chime. And
that was the thing. I said, soap holder. You'd have your hair curtain and then a little denture soap holder.
Ew. You'd like sit your soap bar down in the palette of it.
Yeah, exactly. Or it's like you pick it up. You have to like twist it. And you pick it up, and it's like a chattering soap that you can just put on your body, and it goes. Zzz.
Oh, that like instead of a loofah, it would like shred soap onto your body, and then you can exfoliate it with like the teeth.
Yeah.
This is Dr. Frankenstein's shower. It's like so horrible. Why did this pop into your head? Was this because we turned up Sunday night? That was so much fun.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
we found our number one fan, by the way, whose name is also Peter. He's just a guy who he sits behind us. And he listens to your conversation and seemingly at random will just go ha ha.
Yeah, so funny.
Like, the best laugh, like the deepest, most hearty. He made me smile so much that night.
Yeah. I've met him before. He's our Silly Gummy Guy's friend or client, local drinker. in our area. But yeah, he was great. That was fun. I mean, I felt pretty shitty yesterday, but I work at home, so it's just like feeling shitty with your boring fake job is like, whatever. I went to bed at 10 o'clock. It's just like, totally worth it.
Yeah, I had a rough day. Work was like stressful today, and it was like I just missed a couple times. People would ask for something, and I like slightly misinterpreted them. Like I had a guy who I hired too who just didn't know how to use a computer when he showed up, so I had to like fire him the same day.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna say no chances. Obviously, not like that.
Well, it's like we haven't even introduced you to the client yet, and if it's already going this bad, I don't feel proud about doing that. So, anyways, yeah, today was just like beating me up. But you know what I did? I do what I always do when I'm having a bad day. I take a little nap, and I take a little snack, and you feel a little better. Oh, yeah. Look at this. I got my Baby Bell cheese graveyard next to me with my...
Oh, nice, dude. You should make a little... I always used to make a little dinosaur out of the wax.
Nice, yeah. I've been going through the
I thought those were in elementary school. I thought the rich kids had Baby Bells. But Dude. It's like the little mesh bag, the fishnets that they come in. It's like $8 for $3 still with inflation. They're so cheap.
Yeah, exactly. I bought 3 bags of them, and I've gone through 2 of them because I found out it's 5 grams of protein for 60 calories. So if I'm like, I like want something that feels like I'm eating something tasty, but I don't want to like have a whole meal. I guess that's what a snack is, right? But you just
exactly.
Yeah.
Jamie discovers snacking.
Yeah.
I want a smaller meal but like I just still want some calories and protein. What would we call that? I want breakfast at 11 with booze. What would we call that?
And I found out Parmigiano Reggiano, whatever the fuck, is also very similar. So I've started incorporating that. I was like had cut cheese out for a long time in my diet journey, but now I've found the right cheeses and they're coming back in. And so I'm rat maxing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah, I watched Ratatouille once and it's over.
And now you're rat boyfriend. That was a trendy thing in culture. You want your rat boyfriend and your brat girlfriend is the couple. That's the power couple this year.
I sit in her hat and I pull on her hair, and it mostly just hurts her, but we're living the dream.
Yeah, exactly. I'm heavier than the rat.
Yeah.
Just on her shoulders.
Calling her linguine.
Yeah. That movie is very cute. I haven't seen it in a long time though.
Oh, it was great. It was still very good. Like you could tell like the animation obviously not as good as some of the latest stuff, but it's still like just in its own style. It's still cute little movie.
My favorite one is still like Monsters Inc. and Finding Nemo, and those came out like 20 years ago. Those probably I think I watched Monsters Inc. I mean, whatever, in quotes, recently, like at some point when I had Disney Plus, like so it's 2021, maybe like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like you can see the strings basically for the puppets, but
she has Disney Plus and Netflix. I have Crave and which is HBO and Prime. I think she also has Prime just because everybody has Prime by accident now.
Yeah, exactly. I use my dad's Prime.
Yeah.
I'm still stealing stuff off the internet, thankfully.
Here's another idea.
Our legitimate website has been reliable.
Here's another idea. What if you stirred a drink too much, it made you dizzy?
I mean, the only thing I stir really is like coffee in the French press in the morning, and only a little bit. So I don't know if I'd have to stir it to make me dizzy. That sounds annoying and dangerous.
I threw creatine in my iced coffee this morning, and I was spinning the fuck out of it because I just wanted it to dissolve. It was like the last scoop at the bottom of the creatine where it was all kind of crumbly from like moisture in the air.
It's like
stuff.
Brown sugar now.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like really spinning it, and then oh, by the way, I have so much. If you ever want to try some, I have like a year's supply by accident because I ordered some and then it wasn't going to show up for 2 months. And then I bought it at the gym. And then I ended up getting 2 things like show up at the same time before my other one run out. And
I've never tried it before. It's not made of like, whatever. I'm not going to talk about like, it's not made of like nuts or anything, is it? Like I have no idea what it is. Yeah.
It's creatine monohydrate. It's in like a lot of, it's in like beef. It's in eggs. It's just, you don't get a lot of it. But it's one of those things that like every bodybuilder or like anyone who does any amount of fitness just recommends. They're like, there's no downsides, only positives. You have more energy, makes your muscles look bigger. It helps with recovery.
Oh, great. Yeah. I went 4 times last week, which was really nice. just because I was bored. I keep like I'm still off. I'm still not working on my comic. I'm still taking time off. But every once in a while, because like there's a minute there where none of the games I was playing were any good. So I was just like, what the fuck did I used to do with my time? It's like, oh yeah, I used to just draw constantly, and then I was like, no, Peter, you're gonna just have some beers and relax like you promised yourself you would, and that's what I did. So it's been good.
Nice. My gym mentor has been. There's my alarm in case I didn't wake up from my nap and a snack.
Yeah, it's 7:30.
Yeah,
I can't believe it was so funny. I got stuck behind a garbage truck 50 feet from my door, and I would have just fucking parked so we could have recorded earlier like we wanted to, but I went to buy cat litter, and I buy the 45-pound box, and I'm like, I don't want to haul this a block and a half and up 3 flights of stairs. So it's just sitting behind a fucking garbage truck for like 25 minutes. It was crazy.
Goes to the gym 4 days a week, then refuses to lift anything heavy on the outside of that.
And dude, I hold in my movements. I poop on the clock exclusively, man. I don't do nothing for free.
Yeah.
So it's like that. Yeah. I didn't even carry it all the way, and it's right behind me. I just put it on the stool. I'm just like, fuck this.
My gym mentor has been very helpful. He like helps me with my form and stuff, and he's like been going for years. He started at like 215 pounds, and I started at 240, and I've just recently like got under his weight. We're like almost the same weight. He holds it much better than me because
you and I are gonna be the same weight in like 4 months, I think.
So yeah, it's coming up. I'm slowing down a bit. I'm at 213 now.
You're taller than I am, so maybe it won't be exactly, but yeah. I mean, you got 23 pounds to go, so that's not bad.
It depends. Yeah, it depends how much I was aiming for 200, but now that I'm at 213, I'm realizing I could probably get another like 20 pounds off if I really stressed about it. But I'm not stressing about it. I'm kind of
if you cut out those 7:00 baby bells, you could put that.
I didn't have a single bite to eat until 3:30, 4 p.m. today, and then I broke my fast with chicken and rice. So today's going
I wanted to
well.
Have something nice, except I got stuck after going to pick up cat litter. So I inhaled a pizza pocket so fast it made me feel sick. I was just like, I just need something in my stomach because I was starving. But then whatever, traffic happens. Dude. So here we are. So I have now inhaled the pizza pocket. It's all right.
Good, yeah, do it.
I'll put beer on top of it. That's like creatine.
Yeah. Creating a problem for later. Yeah. Like, he started negging me a little bit. He's been nothing but supportive. But we did like cardio next to each other, and I was just doing my 30 minutes. I was clocking in. I'm gonna burn like 300 calories on the elliptical, and I'm just watching my House of Dragon, and then. Which ripped to the episode.
Yeah, I was going to say, that would have been the episode today, by the way. It was going to be the Targaryens, but you'll get that in like 6 to 8 weeks after we've forgotten all the jokes we already said.
Yeah. And he was like, hey, man, do you sweat? I'm like, yeah, I like sweat sometimes. Like, he's like, you're not sweating a whole lot right now. Maybe you should crank that up a little bit.
Oh.
And I was like, what? What are you saying, dude? He's like, I don't know. Like, if you're here, you might as well push yourself. Like, it seems like you're fine at whatever you're doing right now. And I'm like, okay, dude. All right. But then I realized he was kind of right. I was kind of phoning it in a little bit. I was going to burn my 300 calories, but I wasn't pushing myself. So I ran on the treadmill today, and I was a little bit like, hey, fuck you. But then I was like, you know what? He made me work harder. So I think whatever he's doing is working at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been sweating a lot recently. I've been sweating like Roger Ebert. It's crazy. Just like oh man. So on Monday, so not yesterday, so a week ago, the air conditioner at the Y was off, but only in the cardio room. So I did like 6 minutes of cardio because it was like 35 degrees in there, and I was like, oh Jesus Christ! It's just the door was there's no door, but like the doorway was just holding it in. So you just walk in to like a mist of other people's sweat, and I was like, well, gotta warm up anyway.
Yeah.
And then it was just horrible.
They're doing construction at my gym. Finally, they're putting money into it. They like broke off from the corporation that they had, and they named it their own thing. It's the same management as before, but now they're doing it independently. Cool. And they're building a shake bar, a massage therapist. They're painting all the walls, and then they're gonna put money into machines after that. So by the end of like August, I might actually start using my massages that I get through work or whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
It's
might
like
switch
fun there.
gyms. That sounds pretty great.
Yeah.
Mine was renovated in 2021, but it's still just the YMCA. So you get what you put in. It cost me whatever $21 a month or whatever. So it's
mine's
not,
like 60, but it's across the street from me, so it's like
yeah.
I can like I can go on my lunch breaks and stuff, which is
The
really
Y has a parking lot, so I can go in the winter. That's the why. That's why I chose that one. Big ass parking lot. Drive up. No excuses. Sun's been down for 5.5 hours when you're done work at 4. And it's just like, get in there.
I improved my bench too.
Sorry. Oh, to what?
To like 140. I was stuck at 135 for a long time, and I got to 145
on either side.
Yeah. And I got to 145 for full reps this week.
Nice.
And I realized, again, my mentor came up and he's like, "Hey, are you putting your max weight right away?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "All you did is just come in here, walk 5 minutes on the treadmill, and then you're going to, with cold muscles, try and push your highest weight." I was like, "Well, what should I do?" And he's like, "Well, just start." Even him, he says he starts with like a bar or 25, and then he kind of ramps up to it, so you have warm muscles. And I was like, that makes complete sense now that you say it. But I was thinking like, I need all my energy.
I'm gonna be so sleepy. Yeah. Like at the end, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So I did like 25s, and then I did that just like to really focus on your form, because you're supposed to kind of, your eyes are supposed to be at the bar. And then it's supposed to kind of come down to your nipples. And then it kind of curve whenever your elbow's in, and it doesn't just go straight up and down. There's a little bit of it creeps back up towards your nose. Yeah. There's like a slight curve like that. So I was like, just went low, really focused, and then just ramped your way up. And you can kind of get a gauge for how strong you're feeling that day too. Because if you're having a bad day, maybe you'll stop before your max or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it's like if you're tired when you show up, it's like when I'm gassed, I'll do 135, 3 sets of 10. And that's because that's walking speed for me now, thankfully. But when my buddies are, I did try and hit my body weight twice now, which I cannot do unassisted, but it's possible. I'll get to it probably.
There's probably a middle point.
What?
There's probably a middle point. Like you could just like go for 155, then 165, then 175, then 185.
Yeah, I mean, I have to do like 165, 175 because like right now I can cruise pretty easily at 155, which is just like whatever 245s and then 210s, I think, right? Yep. Whatever the math is on that.
Yep,
that's a pretty regular one. And then for working out my triceps, because it's getting up to 90 and 90 degrees, like a perpendicular elbow bend, is getting there is impossible at 190, and then pushing past it with like help from my buddy to just like 2-finger tap, just like a half inch up, like come on, sort of thing. Then I can clear it like twice. But it's my triceps, so that's why I'm dipping 215 now, like a couple times a week, dipping.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 zins, 4 zins, and then I'm just like, 215 milligrams of nicotine, dude. I feel great.
2 plates on each side, 2 zins in each decky.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
Ready to go, dude. Yeah,
I'm gonna be zooming.
I was like, I'll move on from workout talk soon for those who are not. But I found this guy that I used to work with, and that I used to go to school with. And he's always not the smartest dude, but always the kindest dude ever. We would let him and Ice go run in the field, and they would be on the same level.
Okay, right, yeah. And you could trick him. You could like phantom throw a tennis ball, and he'd look for it for like 3-4 minutes in the grass.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, yeah.
And we called him Thad, even though his name was Alec. He just looked like a Thad walking around. He's just this big, muscly guy, and he has like the really great weightlifting genetics. Like his father was like a weightlifter, his grandfather is a weightlifter, and they're all huge people. And I checked his Instagram recently. He's benching 405.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like
holy shit.
He's squatting like 550. He's like deadlifting like something crazy too. I was like, dude, you're crazy strong. Like, what happened after school and stuff? He's like, well, I just got married to this like 45-year-old. She's got kids.
Dad, finally catch tennis ball. Need new meaning in life.
Yeah, exactly. And I asked him, like, what do you do for work? And he's like, oh, I work with R-word slurs.
Oh
And
no!
I was like, what?
He's like a special needs gym teacher or something.
He goes in a house of women with special needs, and he helps like change them and feed them and do all this stuff. But he's like the strongest guy ever. So I guess if they ever like flip out, he can just pin them down or something. But
or he can like help them stand up. I don't think he's using the technical term for those women, but
no, I know it's like. That you can't
he's like
say
balancing
that.
out his karma, I guess. It's where he's doing such a good thing, he can speak back. Like everybody bitches about work, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
Yeah. You hire a guy who can't use a computer. You two have something in common with the people you're working with, right?
Oh my god, dude. I haven't been playing like any games. I streamed for the first time in like 2 weeks yesterday, which was fun.
I missed that, which was too bad. Yeah. No, I haven't. I've actually swapped now that I've got more, that I've given myself more time. I don't remember. I really do need to listen to myself speak sometimes on this show because I literally have no fucking idea what I've talked about already. Regardless, it's like it might have been Flintlock. That shit's mid. It's on Game Pass, whatever.
You mentioned Flintlock. I remember.
Okay, yeah. So the thing I got back into was Jedi Survivor. Because I love me a Souls game, and like nothing's been scratching the itch, right? And I was telling you this on Sunday when we were out, when we were drinking our 5th beer on a Sunday night. It's like I was the guy, like that image macro of like 99% of gamblers quit before they hit it big, and there's just like the guy mining through the dirt with a wall of diamonds, and he gives up before he sees them. That was exactly my experience with Jedi Survivor. I found the first few hours really boring, really slow, not a lot of fighting, a lot of just jumping around, and not a lot of dialogue because you're like getting the band back together and shit. I played for 45 minutes on Thursday, and it was like the game turns it up to 10 and just maintains. It's so good. So
if anybody's crashing issues, I remember on launch there's a lot of crash problems.
I heard it was a hideous launch, but I had 0 issues on my old PC up until I got to an area my old PC couldn't handle, and on my new PC that shit's rock solid. It's no issues whatsoever. The EA app won't launch if I put my PC to sleep though, so I have to restart my computer anytime I wake it up, which is annoying. But that's not on Star Wars. That's on EA for being just making the worst fucking client available, right? But yeah, that's the PSA for anybody who was playing Jedi Survivor and maybe had the same feeling as me, and you've been playing for like 5-6 hours and you're just fucking bored because they gave you 5 new lightsabers and no one to hit with them. Just keep going. It's fantastic. I really, really like it. And cool. I'm not a Star Wars guy. And even like the Star Wars I have liked, like Rogue One, Season 1 of Mandalorian, and then Andor, it's like when you take all the Jedi shit out is when I'm into it. But like the people making this game clearly love Star Wars, I guess. There's like an air of respect to it. It's really good. And there's very few like glup shitto moments of like, you know, a background character from the 70s movie that is just like, oh, I have a whole backstory, a personality now. I'm glup shitto. And then like the monkeys in the audience get to snap. The Thads all like hooting. Bang rocks together to celebrate, right?
Yeah, because they caught the ball for once.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Jedi Survivor is fantastic. And then another game that we got from the developers, Atlas Fallen, got a massive like anniversary patch with a bunch of new shit, new game plus, new equipment. It's co-op.
I still need to play that one. Yeah,
it's co-op if you want to
add it. Let's do it.
But yeah, they like a big anniversary patch basically. So that new game plus, new gear, new weapons, new enemies, a big new area, all for free today. So that's what I'm going to hit up after I finish Jedi Survivor, because that was a really fun game, but it got really fucking good in the last 2 hours. Rain of Sand, yeah. You fight a bunch of haunted sand monsters. There's like spirits that possess sand and turn them into giant dinosaurs and shit. It's very cool. It was a very
like game. Like a king does, not like a cloud does.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Rain of Sand would be a sandstorm otherwise.
I don't know how I'm going to edit this, but right here is where we might or might not take a little break. Welcome back for a break that may or may not have happened.
Well, I haven't decided yet.
I haven't decided.
You finished The Boys, right?
I did finish The Boys. So I think, without spoiling too much, I think that next season, the son is going to be what's really interesting. There's going to have to be betrayals. I think the son is going to have to kill the dad.
Ryan?
I think Ryan's going to either have to kill Butcher or he's going to have to kill the dad somehow.
Homelander.
Or maybe one then the other. Maybe he'll like kill Butcher, then feel really bad, but then be the one who saves everyone by killing Homelander.
Right, yeah.
But it seems like now Butcher's got to go too, because he's kind of a little strong too.
He's he's a bit fucked up at
yeah.
Oi, bruv.
Yeah.
Watch out for me tentacles.
Yeah.
It's funny. So I finished House of the Dragon season 2. And it's too bad we lost the audio.
I'm 2 eps left away from finishing it. I'm close.
Yeah. So I have the opposite experience with season 4 of The Boys that I did with House of the Dragon, where House of the Dragon season 1 is fantastic, and I remember I was like raving about season 2 up until a couple weeks ago, because I'm not even...
episode 4 ruled.
Yeah. And then episode 7 also rules. But there was like episodes I was clicking through because nothing is fucking happening.
Yeah.
At all. And it's like, it's just a big setup for the... There's 2 more seasons. Like it's like they're waiting for the manga to get finished. Like this is in my head what people mean when they say a beach episode of like Naruto, goes to Hawaii for an entire season of YTV or whatever, right?
There's a lot of like, hey, we got to get the 10,000 swords in the Riverlands. We got to band them together. And it's like, okay, yeah, that is a lot of meeting people, I guess. Or like,
yeah, exactly. This is a very probably accurate representation of what it's like to organize a war without emails.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have to put it all on screen.
No, that's it. But maybe we're going to be happy.
Fucking interact because they're in different places, right? That's kind of always the problem. Like a lot of the Game of Thrones was really good because it was like great characters talking to each other, but all the great characters are separated. Like Rhaenyra and Dagon. They're all there's like 3, 4, 3.5 storylines going now, so no one's interacting. But
maybe like it'll just be positive setup stuff. Like I maybe the show didn't hit like all the exciting beats now, but it's all set up to knock the pins down later. That's what I've heard, is like the way that I haven't seen the end of it, but I heard the way that it ends was like disappointing for a lot, but it's a really good setup for season 3. But
yeah, I mean, okay, so that is how I feel. I would agree with the people saying that, because like episode 7, excellent. So your next one. Are you 4 in?
I started it. I started episode 7. So like I've seen like the new guy who the Sea Smoke accepts, and he's been chatting with Rhaenyra on the beach. Right, that's basically where I hit pause on the treadmill last.
Yeah. So one of my issues I have, so you've seen the episode, is there was the one episode I found that was the weakest, and everything after that was also kind of weak, was the one where she hires like the Kingsguard guy. Spoilers, but this came out like 2-3 weeks ago, I guess. When she hires the Kingsguard guy, because she's like, you have a drop of Targaryen blood, and the second biggest dragon on Earth is very cranky and needs a rider, so you could probably do it. And it's just like, no, Rhaenyra, that's a crazy plan. It'll never work. And then it obviously doesn't. Like the first 30 seconds of the episode, you know what's going to happen. The whole episode is about this stupid plan that obviously wasn't going to work. I was like, okay, when did someone's kid write an episode of this season? Like, was this a Make-A-Wish thing? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Maybe executed well. Like, they made it feel like it was going to happen, but there was never... Like, you didn't buy it. Like, whenever also, the dragon turns
who the fuck
at the end...
was he, right? Like, it's just some guy, and then he gets killed. It's like... Yeah. Obviously. But yeah, like...
Boiled alive in his Kingsguard armor.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, you're right. If they had played it better, like... If it was like a well-known guy, or if there was some setup or like some relationship between him and dragons in the first place, he's just a guy.
You didn't believe it from the, like, you saw the turn coming, and then it's like, oh, he's getting close, and then, oh, the head backs up, and you're like, yeah, well, of course. Yeah.
But also, like, she's desperate, and this was her first idea. That is like script writing 101. Obviously, this will not work. Like, like there's no tension at all. Episode 7 is the best one, though. The one you just started is an excellent episode, and then I think it ends a bit. It ends very much on.
Oh, Pete dropped for a second, but I
lost you for a second as well. I think we lost each other.
All right, we're good. Craig's determined to ruin this week's
Yeah, I was
release.
gonna say this fucking cursed week. Jesus Christ,
dude. Yeah.
My God.
I love how Saucy guessed the game right, because we do loser titles. If you join us on Patreon, you'll get content like this where we just kind of chatting. You also get access to, we put all the loser titles. So Rhaenyra's desperate, whatever the fuck. It could be one of the loser titles, right? And then so Saucy did guess that it was House
really
of Dragon.
quickly. Yeah. And then we deleted the episode out of spite.
Deleted the episode, so he's wrong now.
Yeah. To explain what the loser titles is we will write down subtitles for the episode out throughout the episode based off jokes, and then present a list of jokes to our patrons without context. And then I can't remember why we started doing that, but then people just made up this guessing game to try and guess what the episode was going to be the following Wednesday. And it's really popular. People are keeping points. It's pretty cool. If you want in on that.
An example, I can read you a few, what you'd get in on. There's from what was supposed to be our Targaryen episode was he's Jack in it. Jamie's little police chief saying hi. Oh no, we lost all the stuff about my ball popping out at the gym.
Oh yeah.
Grundle spurs, the flap of a butterfly's wings cutting off a cop's testicle. Baking soda volcano farm. Oh, that was my plan to reverse
climate change.
Climate change, because volcanoes cool down the earth. So everybody,
that's true. Because a volcano, the Doom of Valyria, is a volcanic eruption that sinks the chunk of the continent into the ocean and kills everybody. Right.
So you go. So anytime you go for a long plane ride or something, you should make a little baking soda volcano at the end and reverse the effects. Yeah. Dragons are cops. You never hurt another man's sheep. Shaq's only natural predator, Aaron Carter. Lore Boys brought to you by Incest. Where you see smoke, you're on fire, and the quest for negative balls. They were going to have everyone mail us their balls.
Yes,
it was more powerful to have less balls.
So that's just things we said on the show, and we post those without context, and people find it fun to try and guess what the next episode is.
Yeah, and the community keeps track of them all. You get extra Prime chats and stuff where you get pictures from our real life every once in a while. You get a lot more of our direct attention. You get a
20-page preview of my comic that I wrote. It's available now.
Yeah. Check out Patreon or discord.gg/loreboys. Those are the two places to get in on the community, and you'll get some of this too. We didn't know what to do because the episode got eaten by the internet last second. So I thought this up last night, but I was going to wait until maybe Ethan was going to somehow save us, but he couldn't save us. Our fearless leader is in a cottage and didn't even check the drive for us. So
I don't know if he can, if he doesn't have a computer.
No, but that maybe he could have. Who knows?
Who knows? Well, here's what you get.
No, this is what we're doing instead. We're just putting out the bonus. I hope our patrons. I was laughing thinking about it. How we kind of are just making the patron stuff free for everyone, and the patrons don't really get an extra bonus. But this is the situation we're in. There was going to be nothing on Wednesday, so yeah.
It happens at this rate once every 5 years. We're sorry. Okay, it's just we recorded the episode and the thing auto deletes your information after a week. So, whatever.
Exactly. We just had only enough time to squeeze this out. I haven't seen my girlfriend in a couple days. I'm supposed to go see her, but before that, I will dutifully edit this podcast. Made sure to make time for it.
It does give me the week off. I don't need to draw anything now, which is nice. If that's a happy little accident, as I do less work.
Yeah. I have such a funny episode for us tomorrow. I don't even know if I want to tell you. It's going to be so fun. Next week's episode, you guys are going to love it. We're dipping into the real world.
Assuming we get it from the recording bot, it's going to be so fucking good, dude.
It's fucking ridiculous. And I don't even want to spoil it because the blindness is gonna really add to it.
I don't even know. You told me a very funny, stupid idea on Sunday, which I was absolutely down for. And if that's still on track, excellent. If that's
not
changed,
that one.
Okay, cool.
It changed. I was looking into the Kola deep borehole, I think it's called, which is like the Russian hole that they tried to drill to the mantle of the Earth, and they made it like not even halfway. But there's some cool shit, but a lot of that is like creepypasta. Like it's like, oh, they were drilling this far and then it went wrong, and then they put a camera 50 and they took a picture 50 meters at a time, and there was a little handprint down there. But it's like, then you think about how big the hole is, and it's like maybe 6 inches across. So if there's a handprint in there, it's the tiniest little monster down there.
That's like when my buddy was telling me when he was getting into conspiracy stuff, he was like, oh, you know what else they're hiding from us? Like, they found a 1,000,000-year-old human footprint. And I'm like, where? And he was just like, oh, they found it. I don't know. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that is like the same kind of like conspiracy, just idiot, creepypasta shit where it's like, oh, yeah. Oh, did they find a handprint 10 kilometers under the ground? Oh, did they? Oh, yeah, really? Like, no, they didn't.
Yeah. That's it wasn't quite as fun. Like, I think there's a way to make that one fun, but I would have to do a lot more research into like Russian and American history, because there was like a kind of like a space race, but down. There was a mantle race going on.
Yeah, it was like a dirt race, I guess.
Yeah, it was happening in the time of the Iron Curtain and stuff, and they're just like both drilling, and then the Russians weren't telling the Americans anything about what they were finding, so the Americans were like, well, what are they finding down there? They keep doing it, so we better do it too.
It'd be so funny if the U.S. government, the deep state, who are hiding tiny handprints in the Russian dirt from us. All right, still. It'd be so funny if the deep state spent like $1 trillion to make the world's fastest, most expensive spy plane exclusively for taking pictures of a 5-inch hole in the Russian dirt. Like that kind of like Soviet, that Cold War thinking of just like, there's no amount of money too large that we are not willing to spend on spying on the Russians. And they've just got like this, they've just got one of those like brown and white FBI cardboard boxes at the Pentagon, and it's just full of pictures of just like an ever-expanding tiny hole in the ground. Taken from like a kilometer, like fucking 30 kilometers in the sky. Yeah,
might as well be a golf hole at this point. Like, you don't know anything. Yeah.
Or like they're trying to drill from Russia, like from Siberia, under the White House, so they can blow up the White House from underneath. Right,
dude, it's crazy how not far they made it, despite their best efforts. Like, whenever you like look at the globe and you zoom out and you just like look at it as like a circle, like from the side profile, and you look at how deep they've dug, it really is nothing.
The diameter of the Earth is what? I think it's 24,000 kilometers.
Yeah, we've never been to the mantle, and I think the mantle's like 18 kilometers down. Oh yeah, I should look this up because I'm just talking shit.
Okay, no, so the diameter is 12,000 kilometers.
Okay, yeah, it's crazy how deep it is, and I think we made it. How deep is the mantle of the Earth?
How
the
far?
Earth's bubbly baby bit.
The upper and lower mantle, it begins. Okay. 50 kilometers.
Yeah, and I think the hole made it. How deep is the hole? I think it's like 18 or 14 kilometers deep. Kola super deep
borehole.
It is the maximum they got to is 12.6. It's like 12 kilometers down.
12 kilometers down, so not even halfway.
Not even halfway, dude. It's crazy.
Why did they stop drilling the Kola super deep borehole? Lack of funding. Oh, really?
Money.
After the Soviet Union collapsed, and they weren't just wasting food money on dumb like passion projects. Someone sane was just like, no, we will not pay for the hole. Dude, I'm sorry.
I'm doing too many Russian Googles. My camera's like really fuzzy now.
the deep state.
Oh no. It was sort of interesting, but it was really just
kilometer hole is impressive though. That is very far.
Yeah, it would be a lot more work to make it funny than the other topic I found, which I cannot wait to tell you guys. We're recording it tomorrow in real life, but you guys will get it next Wednesday, the 14th of August, 2024.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be a good return to form for the real life episodes, a la Action Park, a la Kellogg, like those types of things.
Oh yeah, you love them. Those are always so fun. Oh, that
Yeah.
race around the world in like 1910 or whatever.
Yeah, the Thomas Flyer. Yeah. This old ass car that made it. And like the actual driver fucked off and the mechanic got it all the way to France.
Yeah.
And then the driver came back at the last second to be like, we did it. Yeah. Oh, that was fun.
That was a good one. I remember drawing that old timey car with a goofy face on it. That was a good one. I like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. I don't think anyone's ever requested this one, but they're all gonna wish they did.
Sometimes the people need to be told what they like.
Yeah,
I've got a lot of requests for adventure.
You know what
time.
Thad would call the people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Democracy is for the people.
Don't say it. Don't say it. We'll have to delete another episode.
Just bleep that.
I don't. Yeah, I was supposed to meet my girlfriend at 8, and it's 7:59. But let me check my. You tell a story real quick. Let me check. Make sure I still got time.
Tell a story. The fuck have I got to talk about? I haven't. We were together 30 hours ago. I told you all the interesting shit. I don't know. Took a look at some potential jobs. I saw more people get laid off from my last job. That's fucking crazy. The head of effects got laid off yesterday. So.
Look what she found on the ground.
You guys aren't going to smoke road joints, are you?
Who knows? She's got them. Road joints. They're in a bag. They're labeled. But I don't know what she does. She doesn't even. She definitely won't. She only if someone gifts her one, she won't smoke it unless she knows the strain, the percentage, the everything. But who knows? I might get down with the sickness. Ooh,
Yeah, I know. Just the dropped on the street joints. It just sketches me out. Like I remember it was like some of my buddies in high school, maybe it was like college. I don't know, 17, 18. Like found a bunch of pills in the couch cushions that like his younger brother's club friends had left there, and it was just like, yeah, we got really, really sick. It was like, obviously.
Yeah, don't take. Yeah, I found one in my hallway. There was a pill on the ground. I couldn't tell if it was a pill or a candy. So I picked it up and I walked it to the laundry room and I just left it in the bottom of the laundry room sink. I was like, at least now the animals can't get to it. And if some person really needs their anxiety med that they dropped in the hallway, I can tell them it's in the laundry room. So I didn't know what to do with
retracing
it.
My steps would be so much easier if I had my Adderall, god damn it.
I think it was a candy. I don't know. I really want to go to the movies. I've been trying to go, but it keeps getting canceled last second.
You still haven't gone to see whatever Inside Out 2 or some shit?
Yeah, we've been wanting to go, but it's everything always gets canceled. Like because we end up doing something else during the day, and then like I don't know, we just don't end up doing it. But we need to do it because my whole my building smells like popcorn today. I was like, I want movie theater popcorn. I don't even want to see a movie. I just want to go into the lobby, get some popcorn, and leave.
Yeah.
But
you're gonna go to our new favorite one, the one close by. Yeah.
That one's great. Yeah. I also want to go back to that place where we met and I had half a chicken. I want to go eat there.
Oh yes.
Again.
Yeah. The restaurant.
So fantastic. Yeah, I had like half chicken with like a piri piri rub on rice, like saffron rice and black beans with this homemade hot sauce that they have, and then like a nice like cold crisp Griffin ale. Oh my god, I could go right now. I drove for the first time yesterday, dude. In a long time in the city during rush hour. It was 5:45.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and the streets were busy and shit, and there's like shit happening. I was like driving around like on the other side of the Carry. So like we went through some like quiet, nice places, like where all the big houses are, just to start. And he's like, okay, you seem comfortable. Let's go somewhere busy. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. So then we went like more on like that main strip there where like the Snowden Metro is and like the A&W and
like Queen Mary.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah.
So
that place is bedlam all the time. Not even during rush hour. That's crazy.
And people are like popping out from the streets and stuff. And there was one time where I entered an intersection and there was a pedestrian crossing on the other side. And he's like, pedestrian. And I was like, okay, cool. I went slower and I didn't hit the guy. But that was the only like real note I got. Other than that, it was
Didn't kill anybody? Decent first day? Shows potential.
I was a little too comfortable. Like one time I took a right turn and I just one hand like spun around the wheel. Like, you know how you do like wax on, wax off.
Yeah, of course.
And I was doing that, but he's like, no.
I learned to drive when I was 16. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. He's like, you got to do this like cross and over stuff. When you're turning right, push with your left hand. When you're turning left, push with your right hand.
Is this so you're officially a Mortling now? You're in the driver's seat.
Yeah, I'm going back on Thursday.
Nice.
Yeah. So I get to try again Thursday.
How many hours do you need to do?
It's crazy, dude. So there's first, before you do anything, 5 in-class, like 5 weeks of in-class shit. 4 courses and then an exam. Boom, you get your learners. And that takes time too. You have to go stay in line at an SAQ place and deal with the Quebec bureaucracy. But eventually you get your learners, right? Then there's 2 more theories about driving, but you take it on Zoom now. So I have to sit in Zoom with 70 other 15-year-olds.
Yeah.
And look there, and fucking Bruce is calling us all Mortlings and just telling us how to send a text message and not teaching us anything about driving. And okay, so you do 2 of those. Then you do 2 of those, which is an hour and an hour, and they're probably about a week or 2 weeks apart. Right. Then after that, you get to do 4 in cars, which are all...
Can you drive my car legally? Yes, right?
I can, yeah.
Okay.
So you can do 4 in car. Yeah, from this point, as soon as you get your learners, you can join other people in Canada. So then you have 4. So 4 in class exam, 2 in class, 4 in car, 1 in class, 2 in car, 1 in class, 2 in car, 1 in class, 2 in car exam. So it's like literally there's 4 phases and there's like 5 to 6 steps in all of the phases. So you think it takes you about a month to get through every phase. They said I can rush through it now. The phase that I'm in now, it took I did my 2 courses. I can just book them back to back to back and get my all 4 in car done. And then we start on some theory stuff. So I have my second in car Thursday, and then I'm going to book it as soon as I fucking can. I'm thinking if I really push my shit and I want to go, I could have my license this year, which we're August of this year.
4 months should be fine. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. But it's also the classes are gated too, because you can't just take them whenever. They have them scheduled. So if you miss one wave, you sometimes have to wait till the next wave to do the courses. They don't have one class every week for every phase. So
right.
It's all about catching the right wave and getting through it. But I had fun. I liked my guy. He was chill. He didn't stress me out. He's whenever I did that, he's like, you know what? That's fine. You turned fine there, but they'll fail you on the test for that. So do it after you get your license. Just don't do it now. And I'm
when there's when you don't have a portable narc who is stopping you from having a driver's license, then you can do it. I do it all the time now, but I'll also sometimes do a rolling stop if the visibility is not great, because some of our one-way streets in the city are fucking death traps and shit, right?
Yeah.
Or, whatever, have my hand out the window and just use one hand for everything, including the flashers. It's what they would probably have failed before? Reaching through the steering wheel to be able to click down to indicate that I'm turning left with my right hand, right? So it's
yeah, they teach you the crossover thing, because they said that if your airbags go off, it'll break your wrists or something if they're in the wrong place. So he's like, don't do it like that, because if you're in a weird place and your arm will get snapped. But I was I don't really think so. But
they're both in front of you no matter what. Yeah,
this seems worse. Yeah, I don't know. I think
you cross your arms in front of you, the airbag's like a vampire. It can't get you. One hand though goes right through to break it clean off, like a dry branch.
Yeah. It's probably because I have 45 minutes driving experience in the last 10 years, but the crossover, I felt my hands were always getting tangled. I was always really thinking about where my hands were. But if I just did this, I was the one hand spin. I was I know where my hands are. My other hand's here if I'm ready. I don't know.
I got one hand on the parking brake at all times. Okay. Yeah. I am driving with my left hand. It's not dominant. We're working perfectly fine, Teach. Don't worry about it.
Dude. Yeah. But anyways, I'm excited to get my license. I feel confident already, starting it. And then my girlfriend said, like, at the end, like, if she has her license and if we ever wanted to, like, just get a car and, like, practice before the actual thing, that she'd help me do that. So that's good. I think
Cool.
I'll be fine. Yeah.
I mean, I also own a car. I mean, I'm not going to show you my boobs or anything, but
Will you not?
you're welcome to practice.
Okay, cool.
I don't think I've ever sat in the passenger seat of my car. I don't know. I don't even know what that feels like.
Yeah, it's different. They had me sit in the. It's very good. She's helping. Like, we were supposed to meet at 8, but she's running late too. She's helping someone who's a single mom watch her kids and cook for her kids, and then they sent the kids off to, like, some activity that they do on whatever night we are. And
Teaching
now
the kids how to drive.
Yeah, now she's cooking dinner for the mom too. She's giving
very
the
sweet.
single mom a very nice break tonight. Yeah.
So
we have more time. Might as well.
That's okay.
Oh, we're already at 50 minutes. We could shoot for an hour for
I'm getting usually a little hungry again. I was going to say, usually these things are about half an hour, 45. We get a little extra here. I was going to say, I'm getting a little hungry now. If you want to go see your lady friend, I think it'd be a good time to give the patrons and the normies and the patrons a little kiss goodnight.
Okay.
Which is what we do every time.
Yeah. Normally these things do come with an Ethan. This is just this is our last minute, let's throw something together so something comes out tomorrow. But I hope you did enjoy it. There's a lot more with a lot more personal stories online. I think we have like 200 hours bonus content, 20 pages of Peter's comic, games, polls to help vote for episodes every once in a while, extra chats, mineral rights to my body.
Yeah, exactly.
Among other things. So if you like this stuff, do give our Patreon a check. It'll definitely be in the link. I'm going to make sure of that.
I think it's worth it personally.
Yeah.
It's worth it to me.
It does support the show. Like, I have a brand new shiny Shure mic in front of me that you guys paid for. And
I have a PC that's not dying every day as well because of the Patreon. So thank you so much for all of that. Yeah. The show is at present, like almost everything at this point has been paid for through like support for the show directly. It's been wonderful. It's crazy.
You guys we're gonna have a new website go live soon too, which you guys definitely helped us with. So
yes,
thanks for
that as well. We had a very good friend of ours put one together. It looks fantastic.
Yep. So thanks for all the patrons for sharing this week's content, and I hope you guys liked what we could do in the time we were given after this technical issue. So thank you.
Exactly.
Kisses for the patrons and the normies.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Don't get used to it. Cheap
unless
bastards.
Unless you give us $3.
Yeah, exactly.